Welcome to the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we join the folks at an event called Rats on the Platte in Mitchell, Nebraska.
All right.
Sounds like fun. We'll see. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the 2024 Land Rover Defender, and Jeff has the Motor Minute in this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday for our live show, coming to you from the Sugar Shack Studios here in Texas, US of A.
USA. USA.
David Ainsley is vacationing, as you know. Maybe not, but he is vacationing up there in Cedarville, UP, Michigan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rubbing it in.
Yeah, and
Ultimate
he sent me
Uber.
a text. He says, yeah, yesterday morning it was 58 degrees here. Thanks. Well, it's 158 here if you want to really know.
There you go. So we win.
Yeah, we win. So we're going to talk to Jake Donahoe and Paula Sanada, and they are with Rats on the Platte. Rats on the Platte, wild, gritty car culture celebration held annually in Mitchell, Nebraska, born from a love of rat rods, hot rods, and all things loud and rowdy. This two-day mayhem-fueled event features dirt track madness, held in a rodeo arena, burnouts, a swap meet, mistresses of mayhem,
All right.
and family fun with roots in Rust and Rebellion. I got a feeling either Jake or Paula wrote this.
Rust and Rebellion.
Rust and Rebellion, bringing together gearheads, misfits, road warriors from across the country to form friendships in an unforgettable weekend of smoke, sparks, and steel.
Why aren't we there? Misfits, and we should be there.
So, well, you know, it's funny you should bring that up because I was thinking when I found out that Mr. Mars had scheduled these fine folks, you know, next year at this time, it'll give us enough lead time that we could pack the car and get up there.
Pack our rat rod.
Well, we don't have one, but we could go to Mitchell, Nebraska. Population, 1,527. I did my homework.
Woo-wee.
It's part of the Scotts Bluff, Nebraska area between Denver and Mount Rushmore.
You know, it's probably a very pretty country.
It is.
Yeah.
So let's go up there now. Now, first of all, before we talk to them, we have to tell you that we checked out our video signal with them up there, and it ain't too good. Well, they're out in the middle of nowhere.
They're in the
kinda.
Platte.
They're in the Platte. And so we decided we're going to have them on the phone with us this morning, but we've got some pictures and some slides that we're going to put up as we talk to them. So let's talk to them now. Jake Donahoe, media specialist, Paula Sanada, secretary, Rats on the Platte. Good morning, Jake and Paula.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you guys?
Well, we're doing very well, and obviously you're doing a lot better than we are because you're out in the sunshine up there. What's the temperature up there right now? Do you know? Give me a guess.
Probably about 80-something and humid right now.
Oh.
Feels like it at least.
I got you. 80.
We got a bunch of rain last night.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
So is that going to make the field a little bit on the muddy side?
It very well could, yep. I know my driveway was a mud pit this morning.
A mud pit, yeah. Well, now this event is August the 15th through the 16th. So about a month, but what, 4 weeks away or so?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, whose idea was this?
Honestly, there was a Rat Rod car show here before. The gentleman that hosted it decided that he was ready to retire. So my husband and I actually took it over and rebranded and, you know, just decided to keep it going because it was something that we loved. And
Sure.
Jake happened to move here and helped out with it. And we have, you know, a lot of other great people on our board of directors. And without them, we couldn't do any of this. But it's been a passion of ours for a hot minute.
How many folks usually either attend or actually participate in the event that are registered?
Last year was our first year, and we had over 100 cars last year.
Nice.
And as far as that goes, that's not just rat rods. We don't discriminate. We do shinies. We do, you know.
Shinies.
We have some young kids in the valley that they like to come play too. So they register it, we'll let them play.
Well,
Go-kart,
absolutely.
Mini bike, side by sides, all of it.
So I understand that figure 8 mud track, concrete burnout pad with bleachers and safety netting, all-day burnout sessions.
All right.
And I guess the tire truck is sitting right outside the facility there to reload the wheels. Anyway, tool giveaways.
We don't have a sponsor yet, but if you know somebody, send them our way. We'll definitely make use of their product.
Okay, well, we'll
you
do
go.
that. You're speaking to the world right now, so maybe somebody will step up. They know how to get a hold of you, I assume, because is the website ratsontheplat.com?
Correct.
It is, Rats on the Platte. And by the way, just so everybody knows, the Platte is spelled Platte. Just want to get that straight. Let's see, food trucks, and I love the accoutrement afterwards, food trucks that left empty and grinning. I like that. Community dinner included with registration. How much is the registration?
The registration right now for pre-registration, it's $35. At the show, it's $40.
Wow, that's a bargain. Is it easy? Is it easy to get up there? I guess if I'm coming out of Denver, I know that there's a highway that goes in there. Well, let's face it. Let's face the fact. I mean, Mitchell, Nebraska, is not on the tip of everybody's tongue. You realize that?
So the first year I came out here was for the other Rat Rock show that she was talking about in 2021. And at the time, I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee. And don't recall exactly how we found the thing, probably some Facebook ad. But me and a bunch of buddies built a 40 Buick
Nice.
out of a bunch of random BMW parts, started a YouTube channel, and then we just drove across the country for 2 weeks and landed in Mitchell, Nebraska. And that's how I met all these guys. And then had so much fun, I decided to just move out here and be a part of it.
Well, lucky you is all I can say. That's all we can come up with. Lucky you. I noticed here in the intro that you wrote for me, Mistresses of Mayhem. And who would they be?
So the Mistresses of Mayhem are the pinups of the car show. I myself dress pinup and do pinup contests when we go to car shows. And I wanted to have just girls that were confident and, or could find confidence in themselves and be a part of the car culture, even if they didn't own a car or, they weren't necessarily around the hot rod community. Mistresses of Mayhem, they're pre-chosen. We do kind of an online thing beforehand, and I have spots for 6 girls where they get, T-shirts and all sorts of other goodies from me, and they just come and they hang out, and they make the rest look a little prettier.
No doubt,
Okay.
no doubt. So is there camping on site, or do you have to check into a motel or hotel somewhere close by? It's a 2-day event.
So it's actually held out at the fairgrounds. So there is camping on site. Camping's super cheap, like $10 to $20 a night. So most people will stay out there if they want to camp. And then we have hotels about 7 or 14 miles away, depending on what direction you go.
Okay. Do people trailer their vehicles up there, or is it pretty much a cruise-in kind of thing?
You'll have a few people that trailer their things, but Rat Rodders, if you've ever met us, we're kind of a drive your stuff type of people, and my husband and I, we actually have a 55 gasser that we have driven all the way to Vegas, to Arizona, to Illinois. I mean, we build our stuff to drive it and enjoy it. So, I mean, you'll see some on trailers, but not very often.
We might pick on you if you do that. We have one shirt that says, I don't even remember what it says.
Trailers are for boats.
Trailers are for boats.
Yeah, there you go.
Or how much horsepower does your trailer have is another one.
Couple versions.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like an absolute fun event. Who is Mike Horth?
That is one of the friends I alluded to earlier that when I built the 40 Buick out in Tennessee that made the initial trip out. think he's actually the one who found the event.
Interesting. Well, I like the way I like
We've
the.
just been trying to call.
I was just going to say I like the way you called him out here. If you ghost us again this year, we're naming a trophy after your excuses.
Yeah, that'll definitely happen.
I want to know who wrote the press release.
I did.
I want to hang with you, Paula. This is too funny. This isn't some shiny Corvette lawn chair circle where judged means who brought the cleanest
Thank you.
wax rag. This is a tribe of builders, dreamers, wrenchers, fabricators, and full send maniacs who don't need validation but build things worth noticing anyway. Well, I will say this, that I know that there's an advertising agency somewhere in the United States that wants your skills. We want your skills.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. We need them. I want
Yeah.
a rat rod.
Bring your junk, bring your people, bring your project. I like it. I like this part. Sit at home, watch Jim apply wax coat number 13 to his stock Corvette while telling strangers it's technically the rare color. It's very cleverly written. I can only imagine, what you're going to get out there this year with your wit and wisdom behind all of this. Are you doing major advertising there in the area?
Right now, it's a lot of Facebook advertising. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of advertising in the area besides radio ads. So we'll eventually get there. And
We have a pretty large car culture in the area anyways, and obviously lots of word of mouth, and like today we're at a local car show, so we're doing a lot of in-person meetups and spread word that way also.
That's good. That's good. And we're trying to help you as well, as you can well imagine. So,
And we appreciate that.
well, I know that you do. How many food trucks you going to have there, you know?
we have. Oof! I finally had to cut it off. I think we have 5 food trucks and then several other like little type of places that maybe serve cotton candy.
Snow
We have a place
cones.
that's serving
Yeah.
Yeah, snow cones and
Lemonade.
fruit cups and lemonade, and so all sorts of fun stuff.
What are the hours of the show?
So on Friday we do our dirt track it starts at 6 and it just kind of ends when we end, and I think last year that was around 10 or 11 o'clock.
Wow.
And then Saturday we start bright and early at 9 and end at 4, and then we have our dinner that night at 6 to just hang out.
Yeah, I would imagine a few beer tops are popped out there, having a good time, sitting around talking trash about each other's cars.
Just the
Yes,
Corvettes.
there is.
There was a
Oh,
pause.
yeah, there was no denial there.
There was a pause, and you thought, do we do? Yeah, we do that. Yeah, I get it. This sounds like such a fun event. This could be a nationally syndicated event, and every weekend, especially during the summer months, you could make a different location across the United States. Heck, for that matter, we could do 50 weekends with the Rat Rodders, and find a different place. That would take a staff of people, though. That kind of ruins it.
It turns it into a job.
Yeah, it turns into a job. Rats on the Platte, though. I mean, the title, everything about it.
The graphics, the artwork they've got.
Yeah. Mistresses of Mayhem. Look at that.
Yeah. I know. It just.
So who did your artwork? I mean, did you hire that out, or did you do that too?
No, we do hire that out. We have a buddy out of, I believe he's in Illinois, that does our artwork every year, and
Now-
he does an amazing job. I give him an idea, and he knocks it out of the ballpark every time.
There are those people still left on this earth that do have some talent like that. It's truly amazing to see. Yeah.
And we've been known as Mistresses of Mayhem, too.
We have from time to
Yeah, we
time. We have some closet skirts that we'll throw on every once in a while just to feel good about ourselves.
Yeah, the shirts have a big B on it instead of a tire.
There you go.
Okay. So, does it cost anything to get in?
Important.
Sorry, you cut out there. Say that again. Paul, are you with us?
Oh, did we lose him?
And I don't show that we've lost them.
Paula, can you hear us? Jake, can you guys hear us? Well, at any rate, if they call back, we can get them back on. I'd like to know, does it cost anything
Yeah,
to get
For
in?
the spectators.
For
spectator
spectators,
stuff,
yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, there's a registration fee and that sort of stuff. So the thing is called Rats on the Platte. It's being held up at a place called Mitchell, Nebraska, ratsontheplatte.com. And we'd like to, if they can still hear us, Jake and Paula, thank you very much for joining us today. And we wish you the best of luck. That event, by the way, is August the 15th and 16th.
So you still got time. Just put it on your calendar.
Scottsbluff County?
Yeah, Scottsbluff County.
It's right over there.
Yeah, it's part of Scottsbluff, Nebraska. It's just on the outskirts. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a break, shall we?
We shall.
And then we'll do the car review, review of the 2024 Land Rover Defender. We'll also have Jeff's Motor Minute. All that coming up on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show right after this quick break. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. The summer heat has us hiding inside the Sugar Shack studios for a while, so we invite you to join us every weekend for the live In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, Saturdays, 10 to noon Central Time, on InWheelTime.com, and also on YouTube and Facebook. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2024 Land Rover Defender. Final assembly location in Nitra, Slovakia.
All right.
Okay. Available trim levels, too many to mention. The thing starts at $56,400 and runs all the way up to $118,000.
Wowzer.
The reviewed trim level is the 110X Dynamic SE. By the way, there are 2-door and 4-door versions of this thing. It's considered a standard SUV. I had the 4-door version of it. Seats, including the driver, 5. They do have a 3rd-row version of it. If you've got a truck that has 4 doors on it that's not that big, I would say that if you're looking for a 3rd row, then find something bigger, because this is, in what I would estimate, a mid-size SUV. Wouldn't you? You saw it.
Yeah.
It's all new in 2020. Here we are in 2025, and this particular one that we reviewed is the 2024 version. Unique box on wheels, rectangle, very boxy looking, let me put it that way. Think high-class Wrangler, if you want to look at this thing that way. The bumper between the headlights protrudes from the overall design up front, making the overall look of this thing very different. Rear gate mounted spare with a door that opens to the side. This is a new version of the old Defender that was a big success for Land Rover, I found out, back in the day. Now, I'm not a Land Rover file. I don't really know that much about them. I've had to do quite a bit of research to be able to do this review. What I liked about it, serious and attractive and unique off-road look. Gobs of accessories. This is, it includes a tent. You can get a tent and mount it to the roof if you want to spend the night and not worry about lions coming after you.
There you go.
Just giraffes, maybe?
Just right. You'd have to worry about that. Interior highlights. Unique design and materials throughout the cabin. Smallish, standalone infotainment screen. Dash-mounted shifter. Uniquely out of the way. I really did like that. Four-wheel drive controls are unobtrusive. Cargo room is adequate, like you would imagine a two-row SUV to be. What I liked, the shelf that runs underneath the entire dash. Man, you could, if you are a hoarder, you could find all sorts of stuff and stick it in there and lose it for the rest of your ownership of the Defender.
Found a Lindbergh baby in there.
Probably. What could use improvement? There's a pass-through hole. I don't know whether you can see it in that picture or not, but there's a pass-through hole on the front of the center console. It's very odd. Now you can pass through from the side,
right
but
there.
This is but this is from the top down too. See that little space right there?
Yeah,
that's a hole. So you go right straight down. I don't know what it would be good for. A small clutch or something. You would be more familiar with that than I would.
Yeah.
Infotainment operating system.
That doesn't slide? I'm going to interrupt you. That doesn't slide?
That does. This does not.
This whole thing doesn't go like
that?
No,
it does not. That thing right there is a hole.
All right.
Huh. All right? Infotainment operating system makes you think differently, and it can be confusing at times. This is a British-designed SUV, and, they have a different sense of humor over there. I like it. I can, relate to it, but you have to relearn kind of your vocabulary when you're talking about navigating the infotainment system on this deal. Okay. It is an MHEV, mild hybrid electric vehicle. Okay, a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder engine that turns out a total 395 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot. Transmission, 8-speed automatic. A tow rating up to 7,716 pounds. Gas mileage, 17 in the city, 20 on the highway for a combined 18. I got 22.3 miles per gallon over 369.8 miles. What I liked about it, plenty of smooth inline-6 power. You can get a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, and also a V8 is offered. What I liked about it, I like the air suspension. It is a $1,600 option, and yes, my vehicle had it. This thing feels heavy. It is. It weighs 5,000 pounds.
It looks heavy, yeah.
Yeah. The doors on it shut like an old Norge refrigerator. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, you talked about that. Yeah.
It's a solid piece of metal, is what that is. All right. Base trim price $72,000. Prices tested $81,923. Base model price $56,900. It competes against the Lexus GX for $64,735, the Jeep Wagoneer for $59,945, and the Mercedes-Benz G-Class. Don't ask me why I put this in there, but it goes for $148,250, the G-Wagon.
G,
yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. And a follow-up story. Jaguar Land Rover will cut up to 500 management jobs after the automaker warned of lower margins due to headwinds, including a weaker dollar. JLR said that the jobs would be cut through voluntary layoffs. British automaker has since restarted shipments after the U.S. agreed to lower tariffs on cars imported into the U.S. from the U.K. to 10%. But JLR is facing 27.5% tariffs on the Defender, its best-selling model. The Defender is built in the European Union nation Slovakia, and it is still subject to the 27.5% tariff rate.
Yep.
It's a bit confusing. Just hold on. It's all going to be ironed out sooner or later.
Buy one from inventory.
Or buy one from inventory if they have them.
Yeah.
Because they're
On the
very
floor
popular.
plan.
All right, time now for Jeff's Motor Minute. Jeffrey?
My Motor Minute is a personal experience. Last Monday, I got a windshield chip, Mike, in my
Oh,
brand
my
new car.
gosh.
Oh, I was crushed. I started crying. I'm doing 66 miles an hour and a 65. I know it's a little
Speeding.
fast. Yeah, I could have turned myself into the police because the station was right there. But a rock chip on the passenger side, right in view, right where the passenger view. So called Kathy. What was our deductible? She didn't know. So I called the insurance company, and they said, yeah. Well, first of all, I went down to SafeLight. This is a whole about SafeLight. And they said, yeah, we can do it. If we were to do it out of pocket, it's $128 plus tax, $130. I said, okay, that's a good deal. So I called the insurance company. They said, well, you have comprehensive, so we cover that. So there's no out of pocket. So they arranged it. They gave me another number to call. I called my insurance company, the claims department. They arranged it with SafeLight. I went down there at 10 o'clock. I actually got there at about 9:30.
Of course you did. I knew
And-
you would.
And I was out by 10 after 10. And it's not quite perfect because it was about the size of a quarter, nice star.
Dang.
And it's almost perfect. Kathy said she hardly noticed it yesterday. You can still see if the windshield's dirty, it looks like all the other grime and stuff on the windshield. But they did a good job. Kudos to SafeLight. It's a clean shop. The people were nice. There was no hidden costs, no hidden fees. Everything was up front. I took some pictures of the guy. I was taking pictures of the process. And he goes, oh, I'm going to charge you for the pictures. I said, well, don't worry about
That's
that.
not
Just put it on my
release,
bill. But kudos to SafeLight.
Did you get a
for-
buddy selfie?
Oh, no, I didn't do that. But I
You
got
didn't
pictures. I'll
stand
show
next
you.
to him and go,
No, nothing like that.
Man.
No. So appreciate it. Thank you, State Farm Insurance, my agent, all those people. So just a little, if you have insurance for your car, check out what you can do for your windshield or any damages, minor damages and things like that. It's probably written in your policy. Mine is. I didn't know that at the time. I forgot. But so the insurance company you have, whatever you deal with, I'm sure they'll work out a
Yeah,
program for you.
even if you don't know if you have it, I mean, I think it's pretty cheap. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
like
one, the
a couple of
128.
bucks a month.
Yeah, and for what it takes. Actually, they sent me a zero cost bill. Mine was zero, but it showed the breakdown of what they billed the insurance company. So out of the 130 with tax, title, and license, they actually bill the insurance company about $65. So that's what they get paid back as the program. The program
Right,
they work with.
which
the
is a
insurance.
whole lot cheaper than paying to replace that windshield.
Right, which is about $1,300 for mine. My daughter-in-law had
That's
about,
cheap.
Yeah.
The truck has got 4 that I know of that I can see, just running back and forth on Interstate 10 and all that stuff, and they haven't got bad enough that I want to replace them. But it
Why?
bugs me. Well, because I'll just chip up the new one. It's what I'm
Well-
afraid of till they get rid of all that construction between here and there.
Guess what? That'll never happen.
Well, there's criteria too, because she asked the couple of questions. How big is it? Can it be covered by a $50? Can it be covered by a $1 bill? So they want to know the size of the crack initially going in. If it's too large, then it is a replacement. There's no
Oh,
way to
yeah,
repair
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that's
all
what
of
they
these
do.
are smaller than
Yeah.
a dime.
Yeah, well, it was about the size of a quarter. Yeah. And it
Yeah.
was loud, bang! Oh my goodness.
Well, if you hadn't been speeding,
Yeah, 66 and a 65. I should have turned myself in.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back after a quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, our car story of the week. We'll also have the recalls and what it's sold for. Everybody can join in. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday. So I'm going to do a little preview of this story that we've got coming up here, and it is about really expensive cars. We normally don't get into expensive cars because it's pretty much an exclusive club that if you buy one that you get into just because you got a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Either that or the bank is really dumb. Back years ago, and I still write for a magazine, but years ago I wrote for an upscale magazine. Can't even remember the name of it. Prime Magazine or something like that. Anyway,
It was so popular.
the lady wanted to do a high-end car story because it was a high-end magazine. Okay, they had airplanes for sale and stuff like that in here.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, okay, it means I'm going to have to go to a car dealership or two, which I did. One of the car dealerships, the guy that ran it, very, very nice guy, older gentleman, and it was a Lamborghini dealership. And I didn't know anything about Lamborghinis other than they cost a lot of money and they're really fast and they look awesome. So I went up there, called him on the phone, got an appointment, went up there, and we talked. And, you know, the more I was around this dealership, and they had a very large service department for such a small dealership. All these Lamborghinis in there getting their service done or whatever the case may be. And servicing a high-end car like that is not coming in for an oil change and out the door you go in 10 minutes. It's not that way at all. And so we kept talking about the cars and the price of the cars, and and he gave me some insight into the guys that afford these cars. And when I say guys, I mean girls too, because there were females that actually had some of these high-end cars. We don't know any of these people that I know of, anyway. Well, one, but he doesn't count. He buys used.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new car dealership.
Yeah. I can't afford the garage to put one in.
So,
but
yeah,
it's
so
the
we're
bottom.
talking about $250,000 up. And I thought, you know, who is it that buys these cars? And as he explained it to me, he said, Don, these guys, money doesn't really mean anything to them. It's not as if, you know, they have to balance a checkbook at the end of the month. They don't have to do that. They've got so much money. Most of them own their own companies or corporations, that sort of thing. So they've got money to fiddle with cars. They like cars. They like fast cars. They like exotic cars, which this was. Well, he said, if you try to put your mind into the fact that money is not an issue, like it would be for you or me, money's not an issue. So if money's not an issue, then you go and buy something that you think you'd like to have. You don't rent it, you pay cash for it. Most of these guys pay cash for their cars. Okay. So here you go with $500,000 Lamborghini, and they only have them for a year, maybe. They drive them. They have a couple thousand miles on them. Are you all writing notes to each other?
Yes, we
under
love
the table?
notes. Yeah, we're picking out furniture next week.
And so they trade them in. And I said, man, I sure do like that Shelby GT over there. He says, well, it's only got about 5,000 miles on it. He says, I'll sell it to you for what I bought it for. And it was like, holy cow, I was not in the market for a car like that at the
Right.
time. And for me, the car at the time used with a few thousand miles on it was out of my price range. But the guy had it for a year, drove it a little bit here and there because he's usually got 3, 4, 5 or more cars that he can choose from to drive that day to work. And so it gave me a different perspective. So with all of that in mind, the story of the week is a story that comes across to us from Automotive News. It's the early rounds, but President Trump's sweeping tariffs on U.S. light vehicle imports are dealing a blow to sales at many exotic and ultra-luxury brands, a market that proved largely immune to the pandemic, the chip shortage, and other recent shocks. Demand for ultra-luxury cars and SUVs with eye-popping performance and fat profit margins is in a tailspin, some dealers say. Customers are canceling orders for $750,000 Lamborghinis when the price rises another $75,000 due to the tariffs, said one dealer who requested not to be identified. They're out.
Wow.
Robert D. Stanislaw, president of RDS Automotive, a prominent ultra-luxury dealership group that covers parts of Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Southern California, said the wind has come out of the sales at his stores, which represent Bugatti, McLaren, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, and Ineos. Tariffs on vehicles built in Europe ballooned from 2.5 to 25% April 3rd. British automakers received a reprieve starting June 30th when the tariff rate was cut to 10% as part of a tentative trade agreement between the U.S. and the U.K. De Stanislaw envisioned the duty would fall to around 10% for other European countries, but on July 12th, Trump announced a tariff rate of 30% for the European Union beginning August 1st if a new trade deal is not reached. It's incredibly frustrating, De Stanislaw said. Because of the uncertainty, people are canceling orders and don't know how to proceed. It's ruining confidence on a multitude of levels. Every market is offset by this. Everything we sell is not a necessity. It's a luxury, and it is daunting. New vehicle sales are down overall at De Stanislaw's stores, partly because automakers have reduced output, he said. RDS Automotive's net operating income is off dramatically. They said earnings are down around 70% this year, closer to 90% when compared with results from the COVID-19 pandemic and global microchip shortage. So I guess that the point of the story is, and the point that I wanted to make is that you think, oh, these guys are rich guys, but okay, the guys that work at the dealership, in the service department, in the
They're
sales
not rich.
department, they're not rich.
No.
So what's going to happen with them? So they start laying off people. So I guess the point is that once this thing starts rolling, the ball gets rolling on this deal, it's not going to be pretty, and hopefully that it won't be too much longer and there's going to be some agreements made when it comes to these high tariffs, because it has reached a point now where it is affecting these guys that have the big bucks. They're going, I'm not paying you $75,000 extra dollars just because of the tariff.
Yeah. Two things that I see on that. One is that the Lamborghini, the McLaren specifically, you can't just go into the dealership and say, I'll take that one. You got it in blue with green interior or whatever, and then drive it off a lot. You can't do that. With a McLaren, you have to apply to buy the vehicle. And I think that's the case in some other exotics as well. You can't just walk in now and buy the vehicle. So far as the technicians, what they can do, they could probably do a second job as a technician at a Ford dealership and probably retire just doing the recalls.
There is that.
There's that.
Solved it.
And the thing is, though, somebody like Lamborghini, they're not going to bring their factory or their building process to the United States. That's not going to happen.
No.
That's correct.
And you look at it and say, well, the tariffs, it only knocked down, 10%. Well, 10% is a big factor.
Could be
If you're only
$25,000,
selling
$30,000,
100
yeah.
cars a
Yeah.
year or 200, I'm not sure how many cars they sell of the Lamborghinis, new, but 10% is a big chunk of that automobile. It's not like GM losing 10% of their sales.
Right, because they're not selling thousands of cars a year.
Correct.
They're selling a few cars a year.
Now, does that story just apply to the U.S. or is that worldwide?
Well,
Just because of the tariffs?
I think it's just the United States in particular.
So
But-
the factory workers and things, the designers and the manufacturer part of it where they're made, don't really feel the effect that it would down the line trickle downstream to the actual end result, the retail sale.
But if they're not selling cars, they're going to have to lay off
if they don't have
people.
the real.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't have
Then they
anybody,
gotta stock 'em.
like GM shutting down the Silverado plant for 2 weeks. I mean, if you've got a backlog, if you only sell 100 cars, and you got 10 of them sitting on the factory floor.
That's a 10. Yeah.
Well, growing up, being from a automotive family and living in a neighborhood where there was Ford, Dodge, all the manufacturers in my neighborhood, growing up in the Detroit area, they had model changes. They would shut down the plant for 2 weeks for tool and die.
Right.
That's with the tool and die shift. Where they're
Everybody went
making
on
new parts.
vacation and-
yeah, they still got paid. Some did, some didn't, depending on your job there. But yeah, they would do that every year for model. They call it model change, and it
Right.
was a tool and die thing, basically.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ford Motor Company and recalls. Well, they're recalling 694,271 crossovers in the U.S. due to a fuel leak issue that could increase the risk of a fire, according to NHTSA. Automaker said it estimates the recall remedy will cost the company about $570 million and will be included in its upcoming second quarter earnings report under the special item column.
How many cars?
A lot.
694,271.
700,000 cars.
Yeah. The recall covers certain 21 to 24 Bronco Sports, 20 to 22 Escape models equipped with the 1.5-liter engine. Latest action expands on previous recalls from 22 and 24, which provided software updates but did not replace the potentially faulty injectors. Ford leads the auto industry with 89 recalls issued in the U.S. so far in 25, well ahead of the 18 recalls issued by Chrysler parent Stellantis. Other recalls include the Ford GT from 2017. The rear wing hydraulic fluid leak may cause a fire. High voltage battery contactor may overheat on the Ford Mustang Mach-E for 2022.
Rear wing hydraulic.
Because the wing...
You don't want your rear catching
Wing.
on fire.
That's it.
No.
Low pressure
leaking.
fuel pump may fail on the Bronco, Expedition, Explorer 150, 250, 350, 450, 550, Mustang, Aviator, Navigator 21 to 23 model years.
So Ford's kind of leading the world on recalls. I guess that's one way to be number one.
Yeah.
And it keeps going. And they all keep saying from the corporate office, oh, we're going to fix it. When is the question?
Well, they're afraid Stellantis or Chevrolet or somebody's going to catch up with them, so they have to keep recalling so they can maintain that number one
It's
position.
just not a good PR thing.
Or if they replace the part that's bad, does that affect other parts down the line in that chain to go bad? So that's probably where the recalls could happen too.
You want to do the sold cars roundup?
I've got it queued up there, big
Okay,
boy.
well, let's just do it. So here we go. We try to guess the price of what this car sold for on Hemmings.com, called the Sold Cars Roundup. So the first up this morning is a beautiful 1966 Chevrolet Corvette convertible. It looks as if that it is all original, stock anyway.
What
It might
year
have-
is that? That's a
66.
66. Okay.
Did you not hear what I said?
I didn't think you said it. No, seriously, I didn't hear it.
I said right up front here, we had a 1966 Chevrolet Corvette.
Okay, Corvette. Okay.
Don't make me have to come over there and slap you. How much do you think that sold for?
It's pretty. $62,000.
62. Mars?
I'm going to go 45.
57,750.
Oh, right in the middle, Mike.
My son sent me a blue one up in Oklahoma that it's a Resto Mod that's 39,000. He thought I might be
The
interested in that.
Resto Mod, no. Resto Mod, no. Although that would be up my alley because I like Resto Mod.
Well, it'd be
cars.
definitely a driver.
Yeah. So next up is the 1984 Chevrolet Camaro. I had one of these.
I had a 92.
This one here, is that the IROC Z?
The
Or
Pierce.
just a
no,
Z? I don't know.
No.
Two-tone paint. So 84 Chevy Camaro looks completely stock. How much do you think that cost? It sold at no reserve, so
Okay, $17,000.
17,000. Mars?
I'm going to say 15.
How about 8?
Okay.
$8,000.
We could buy two.
Next up is another Chevrolet Camaro. This is a 69.
Now, this one's up your alley.
Yeah, it is. It really, truly is. But I don't think this is a. If it's a V8, I'd be surprised. And I'd also be surprised that if this wasn't a Resto Mod because it's got aftermarket wheels on it. So
Well, they're pretty beat up, and the car is kind of it's a driver.
Well,
I'm going to say it's a resto mod.
I would say so. So how
Or-
much do you think a 69 Camaro would be? Now, we don't know about the rust issues underneath
Yeah.
it or anything like that. How much did it sell for?
Mike, you go first.
Well, George says 13,999, and Jeff says 15. I'm going to go 18.
Yeah, I'll go 17. I'll go in the middle.
Well, you won. 17,325 is what it sold for. Next up, 72 Chevrolet El Camino.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's not a 72. That's a 70.
Okay. It says here it's a 72. You
Well,
can argue with somebody
but he
else.
I was
says
going to
here-
just tell you what the picture
He
is.
says there.
Okay, this says a 72. Maybe they put a different front end on it.
I guess they could have.
This also looks, it doesn't look stock. Looks like
well,
it-
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's got the hood pins on it, and
And
it's
the
got
hood cowl.
aftermarket wheels and cowl hood, all that. All right,
like
so
an SS
72
hood.
El Camino, how much?
Considering I don't think that's a real 72.
Okay.
I'm going to say 22 for whatever it is.
All right, thank you.
Jeff says 21.
I'll say 18.
25,463.
George was at 15,999.
No, George. Here's George's car.
Yo, George, here you
This
go.
is a 68 Buick Electra deuce and a quarter.
Wide
Convertible.
convertible.
Convertible, wide
With
whites.
wide whites.
Got a 4-holder there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? Well, it's an Electra.
Yeah. I'm gonna go $14,000.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to go. No, I'm going to go 18. That's what comes to mind.
Okay. Well, there's a big difference there.
And Heitzman's at 17.
Well, Heitzman wins. 17,850 it is. I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is the fact that you can get a car that would go on the Hot Rod Tour and you'd look good doing it for 17,800. It's pretty good. Next up is another Buick.
I love it.
This is a 1968 Electra. Nope, sorry. This is a 64. Yeah, 64 Electra 225. How much?
Deuce and a quarter. I'm gonna go 20.
20.
No, I'm going to go 14. And the boys are still thinking about
I
it.
will tell you what, man. I would drive that.
I would too.
I would drive that across the United States.
Jeff says 13. Heitzman,
Okay. It sold for 16,800.
So we're all in the ballpark.
$12.99
That's
for
a
George.
We're all
clean
involved.
car. But you never know.
You'd need a bigger garage. 'Cause
There's no doubt about
modern
that.
garages would not
Next
fit.
up is another similar car,
Oh, okay.
a 1965 Pontiac Grand Prix.
Look at them headlight bezels.
Look at that monster car.
I was telling
How
Don
about the
earlier.
skirts?
How about that? This rear quarter, you could build an entire Kia out of that.
Pretty much. How much?
I'm gonna go 21.
No, I'm still going to say down around 17.
Anybody else?
Heitzman says 19. George is still Googling
Okay,
it.
well, it's 23,889.
There you go. I'll take it.
23,889.
There you
That's
go.
a nice looking car. Next up, something for you. This is a, I don't know what it is. I
It's a
threw-
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
It's a Chevy. I mean, I don't have any. So
Standard cab.
I know, but I threw away the page that had the info on it. So go on to the next one.
I won.
That's about what it's worth.
There we go, right here. A 1996 Lincoln Town Car.
What is with all these big cars?
They're all in the
Because they're
market.
cool. When's the last time you've been in a car that size?
Do you see one of these every now and then? And
I know.
And there's a guy driving. It's a silver one in the area.
How much?
It's got a little black dot on.
96 Lincoln Town Car.
$11,000.
No.
Hurry up.
I'm going to go 12.
12.
Heitzman says 27.
78.
7,800.
$7,800.
$7,800.
7,800.
So that's this week's Soul Car Roundup. There you go. Thank you
Beautiful.
very much for
Beautiful.
playing.
Beautiful.
Just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll bring you the auto news stories making headlines this week. It's all coming up on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Yes, friends, we are back in a flash.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. You're invited to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you'll check us out from our home base in the Sugar Shack Studios. If you miss us, you'll be able to hear the paint dry on your favorite podcast channel. Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Well, Craftsman Truck Series guys, they are off this week, but they're going to be back on July 25th at the Lucas Oil IRP race. Xfinity Series is today. They're at Dover, Delaware, Michael. And
Dover?
Tomorrow, Dover for the big NASCAR boys, the big boys that seem to be fighting and all that hand slapping and things, all kinds of problems with those guys. All right, NHRA is this week, and actually yesterday through Sunday, is the NHRA Northwest Nationals, Don, at Pacific Raceways. You've probably been there.
I've been there. It's in the trees.
It's in the trees. India's off, and Formula One is off, but there's all kinds of other stuff. Check out your local areas and might find a circle track, get dirty doing that. We did it a couple of weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. So I had a hot dog, and you had a beer.
I did. I had a beer. I never drink
A dollar beer?
Dollar
beer.
Dollar beers are better than regular
And I
beers.
actually had $2 hot dogs.
Are they better than dollar hot dogs?
Well, they're hot dogs. Let's just put it
By
that
the
way.
way, did you see where Costco's switching from Pepsi to Coke?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's a big story this week.
I'll
A
bet.
lot of money there.
Yes.
So
All right.
get out and enjoy your activities.
Thank you. All right, time now for This Week in Auto History. Mr. Mars has that.
I thought it was appropriate this week. It came up in 1978 that Ford recalled the Pinto, just so that this isn't something new for Ford to be doing recalls. But they recalled 1.5 million Pintos over the flaw in the fuel tank.
What year was that?
1978.
Okay.
Made it vulnerable to rear-end collisions. And the big thing was that they did a cost analysis benefit of it and decided they didn't want to redesign it because it cost so much to do it. So that all came about and made a lot of changes in safety designs for our automobiles. Then in 1945, Pontiac shows the Hydra-Matic in the war effort. What they did, their contribution to the war, because they used this transmission for tanks and other military vehicles. So, because it was originally introduced in 1939, so after the war, they started putting it in the cars, and they used that as to part of how reliable and designed it was. And if you haven't heard of the Hydra-Matic, surely you've seen in the iconic classic movie Grease that Greased Lightning had the Hydra-Matic in it. And then in 1955, the first Disneyland Autotopia ride opens. Now, this was in July the 17th, gave visitors a chance to drive then gasoline-powered miniature cars. Now, eventually, this was all changed into electric, of course, and they have it now in Disneyland and Disney World. And I can truthfully say, I have the award of I have driven both.
I have as well. This one right here, this is in Disneyland.
Yes.
They're just go-karts. That's all they are. Did I ruin the end of the movie?
Me.
Pretty much.
1969, the Moon Rover tech ties to General Motors, because the Lunar Rover really wasn't used until Apollo 15, but GM's Delco division developed a lot of the guidance and navigation systems for those early vehicles. And
And they
those
still don't have it
systems-
right.
But they're in your cars now.
But
They
you
use
know
that
what?
to go into them.
If Ford designed it, it would have been recalled.
It would have been a long
From the
haul
moon,
recall.
yeah.
1933, Wiley Post flies solo around the world. Now, this is important because he was part of two-guy flight around the world, but then he decided he wanted to do it by himself, and he had to redo a lot of the aircraft-style instruments. They streamlined the airplane, did some lightweight materials to make it where he could, and a lot of those things have now made their way into our automobiles based on the performance and reliability
That's the Winnie Mae.
It's the winning
challenges. Then in 1959, Mini was launched in the UK. Now, this is the British Motor Corporation revealed the Mini to the press in 1959, and it really is a compact car. And when you look at those original ones, like they got 12-inch wheels on them, and
Did you ever try to get in one?
no,
never have.
I was scared
I'm
to.
not I'm 6'1". I can't get in it.
no, it'll literally fit in the bed of a truck.
It's for small people.
Yeah, so the new ones are much, much bigger, but the original one was very small. And it influenced a lot of car design around the world in the car rallies, in fact. So that was this week in automotive history. Good job.
Some of the stories making headlines this week. U.S. Commerce Department imposed preliminary anti-dumping duties of 93.5% on Chinese imports of graphite, a key battery component, after concluding the materials had been unfairly subsidized. A trade association representing U.S. graphite producers in December filed petitions with 2 federal agencies asking for investigations into whether Chinese companies were violating anti-dumping laws. New duties will add to existing rates, making the effective tariff 160%, according to American Active Anode Material Producers. That's a group of guys that are you don't even want to know these guys. The trade group that filed the complaint. Uber said it plans to invest $300 million in electric vehicle maker Lucid Motors in a robo-taxi deal that aims to start with one major U.S. city late next year. Over 6 years starting in 2026, Uber will acquire and deploy over 20,000 Lucid Gravity crossovers that will be equipped with autonomous vehicle technology from startup Nuro.
I've never heard of that.
Nuro. And the U.S. Auto Safety Agency is shedding more than 25% of its employees under financial incentive programs to depart the government offered by the Trump administration, according to data provided to Congress, seen by Reuters. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, part of the Transportation Department, is shrinking from 772 employees as of May 31st to 555 under the program. The Federal Highway Administration and Federal Transit Administration are also both losing more than 25% of their staffs. But you and I, most of us, I think, are well aware of the fact that it's called government bloat. And, I'm sorry, sir, you're going to have to take this piece of paper down to window 5. They'll handle that sentence. And then when you get that sentence handled, then bring it back to me.
But window 5 isn't open.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, you'll have to come back. One of those kind of things.
You won't find that at a Safe Light windshield place.
No.
They'll just get you right in and out.
They only have 4 windows.
Are you getting paid?
No,
by
we're not.
Safe Light?
That's the problem.
He's
We're
just
not
happy
getting
that
paid.
it worked.
Golly. Anyway, you've got a Volvo you're going to review in the next hour, are you not?
Yeah, buddy.
Why do you say it like that?
He's excited about it.
Is this the one that you've been holding back for weeks? One because it had to go to the shop while you had it?
Yeah, it's the one. And I'm trying to deliver the facts and not mar it with any personal opinions.
But
Let
that's
us
the
do
whole
that.
idea of doing it is a personal opinion.
Let's do that.
Y'all can
I'll get it.
contribute.
I got you covered, Mike.
Good Lord. All right. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back after these messages.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Will Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Welcome to the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we head across the pond to talk to Lincoln Small about Abarth and Radbird Racing. Later, Jeff will bring us some of his car culture, the 5 biggest car collections in the world.
Yep.
And Mars reviews the Volvo EX40. We've all been on pins and needles waiting for this review for months. And he's going to do it right here on this show in this hour.
Let's hope we don't run out of time for that.
Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning. Let's head across the pond, shall we?
Let's do it. I'll drive.
So, I want to introduce everybody to Lincoln Small. He's the author of a book called Abarth, Radburn Racing and Me, a memoir of iconic cars and racing adventures. Lincoln, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, you're in the dark, and we can see most of the ceiling of your room that you're in.
How about, is that any better?
Well,
that
you
helps
gotta
a little
put that.
bit.
You got to put that on your face. There you go.
Tilt your screen down, your camera down. Just
a touch.
There you go.
There you are.
Okay.
He's a writer. He's not a TV guy.
Okay, all
but,
right.
But we are blessed. We are blessed by his presence. So, how are you, and how are things over there in jolly old England?
I'm very well. Jolly old England it's still quite jolly.
That's good. Well, we're glad to hear that. Well, we got a note that said you'd written this book, and we said, well, what's the name of the book? And they told us, and we said, we got to have him. And so, and we appreciate you joining us today. So tell me a little bit about, obviously there's some sort of a marriage here between Abarth. Now, I'm pronouncing it the way I was taught how to pronounce it.
Abarth's correct.
Correct.
The pronunciation is
Because,
correct.
you know, there are people that go, oh, it's Abarth. No, it's not.
That's
It's
it.
Abarth. And Radborn, and I guess Radborn is a racing company?
Yes,
Yes.
it was. It was one of the principal racing companies, as you quite rightly put it, during the 1960s and early 70s. And I founded the company along with 2 other good guys, and we went racing. But there was a lot more to it than that. Principally, in England at the time, there was a great racing car movement. It was a lot of cottage industry, but successful. And they ended up, as you're aware, of producing most of the Formula One cars of today. But the original England, if you like, as far as relatively modern cars were concerned, was the 1960s. And in Italy, there was a company called Abarth. And Abarth was a tuning concern primarily, but they also manufactured accessories. They were founded in 1948, and during the ensuing period, they started to design and build some of the most wonderful, wonderful cars you can imagine.
They were a hot rod company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, hot rod for us is actually a derogatory statement.
Oh, God,
Oh,
no.
man.
Well, you need
So,
to come
but
over.
I've-
You need to come over here because we
Well,
like
I'm
the
just
term
going to
hot.
swim over the pond again.
Yes, yeah, do that. See, it's not derogatory here. Actually, it's if you're associated with the hot rod community, then you belong to a unique group of guys that are real car aficionados.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. A hot rod for us is more of a kit car ideology. And so obviously we're making a mistake. Well, I'll put it to rights.
Well, no, I see.
I will.
See, I will just go with you what you say because I love British culture. I love the humor, Monty Python. I like all of the crazy stuff that comes out of there, mainly the comedy. You kind of set the bar high when it comes to comedy and music as well, I might add. But so I'm a big fan. So there you go.
That's great. It's lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please pass that along.
Yep.
On behalf of the king, I'll accept the
Thank you very much. Have a pint on me.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right, so let's talk about. So we got
Yes.
Abarth, the company. Now let's talk about Radburn Racing.
Well, Radborn Racing was a company that, as I said, was founded by me and another two people. And the logic behind it, if you like, was the fact that saloon car racing, well, as we call it, was getting very, very popular. And the leading car of the small engine brigade was the Mini Cooper.
Yes.
Mini Coopers were an amazing cultural phenomenon because they were a utility vehicle, but they ended up being a world championship. And now, and when you look back, there was only one other car actually that they had to contend with, and that was the Fiat Abarth. And Abarth saw what was happening in England, and but the Mini was selling in very small quantities in Italy, but the Fiat 500 and 600 was selling in enormous quantities. And of course, Carlo Abarth decided there and then that that was his market. And he and a number of other engineers designed and built cars to compete in the European scene mainly with Fiat Abarth 595s and 695s. And these little cars producing very, very low horsepower were amazing on the track. Their handling capacity was fantastic, and they really did manage to humiliate lots of very, very large engine cars that were competing in higher classes. So
Well, they didn't weigh anything.
no, they were nothing. Absolutely.
Right.
They were. That was, one of the great things about them. Their weight was nothing.
So when they sold the Mini
Yes.
at the dealership, how much horsepower did the car have originally? 50 horsepower?
Not that much, no. It would have the Mini, I think, probably would have been around about 20 horsepower.
Wow. So it was less than the Volkswagen
Oh yes,
Beetle.
yeah, but it was only 850cc.
Wow.
Yeah, they make motorcycles bigger
Yeah.
than that. Yeah.
Much, much bigger.
Yes,
of
yes,
course,
yes.
absolutely.
So how did the Abarth and the Radburn Racing come together in your book?
I was living in Italy. I saw little Abarths, Fiat Abarths, all over the roads. They were like an epidemic in Italy.
Yeah, right.
And I thought that they would make it. They were wonderful. I fell in love with them and decided that they should be sold in England, where there were, as I said, where there was a good market for that kind of car. I brought one back. I borrowed a racing car from Abarth, and I brought it back with me. And I'm making this as short as sweet because I know time's limited. So with the small racing car, we set off, and the crowd really loved it. It was the one car on a grid of 20 cars. It was the one car that was not a Mini Cooper. And you're always going to support the underdog.
Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And we had tremendous support. Also, it turned into it turned into a profitable concern as well,
Well,
which
yeah.
is very difficult to appreciate because the old joke, of course, of how do you make a small fortune in motor racing. Well, you start with a large one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I could argue that. I know somebody that had a large fortune before he started in racing, and he had nothing when he finished.
That's the
there
point.
you go,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the point.
So I would assume that by racing this car, that you also sold the Abarth parts. And
Yes.
so were there Abarth stores, or
Yes.
there were okay. So they were storefronts, so I could go and I could buy a manifold. I could buy
Yes.
a high-performance carburetor.
Yes,
Basically bolt-on stuff that I could do myself for the most part.
That's quite right. The stores were actually in the dealers. They were usually
Yes.
in Fiat dealerships. Fiat was supporting it by they were paying money for anybody to win a race in a Fiat Abarth, and you could go to the Fiat dealers there and say that you would like to compete. But unfortunately, very few dealers really wanted to get involved with it. It was not their cup of tea, and so they decided, therefore, to set up. Or we decided, I should say, we had the concession for Abarth for the UK at this time, and we decided that the best way forward was to open dealerships. So we did. We opened dealerships. Each dealership had, as you would call it, a store, and the parts were then readily available, and the technical expertise we had as well. So we were able to offer that to people who wanted to do DIY tunings, if you like.
Right. And with the store, I would assume that you had a service facility that, okay, I want to Abarth my car up. You sell me the parts and you put them on the car. Yeah, I guess
That's right.
you offered those services as well.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, what a great marriage.
We would convert your own car, your own Fiat, into a Fiat Abarth. And that was another way around it. There was a taxation problem in England at the time. It was called purchase tax, and it was levied at about 30%.
Wow.
And the problem, obviously, is that it was there to kill the.
Oh, we got him froze up.
Come out. Where you are. No, he's.
Did we lose him?
We might have.
It's probably that cable under the ocean
Yeah.
that went south on us.
Yeah, we lost him.
We did? Well, hopefully he'll dial back in,
Okay.
because he's froze up on our screen coming to us from Great Britain. I didn't ask him where exactly he is.
He's in London.
He is in London?
Yes.
I wonder if he knows Benny Hill.
Well,
Benny-
he
Benny's not
probably
with us.
visits him graveside now,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. So there's that. Well, that all sounds fascinating. I will say that back in the day, gosh, I guess it was somewhere around 2000. Remember when they brought the Fiat 500 to the United States?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And Chrysler made a big deal out of that.
Yep.
Did you go to Las Vegas? Were you in Las Vegas with me
No,
for that?
uh-uh.
So they brought us to Las Vegas, flew us into Las Vegas, and did this unveiling. And then they sent us out to Pahrump, Nevada, where there is a small racetrack out there.
Yes.
What? Do you know something that I don't?
No.
Yes, you do. You're smiling because why?
I worked for AT&T. Las Vegas is an independent. I think it's Verizon or somebody like that. The handoff point was in Pahrump, Nevada. That is the closest place that legalized prostitution exists to Las Vegas.
See,
there you go.
there we go. That's where we were
This
getting
week
at.
in auto history.
Well, I didn't get to. They didn't take us to the prostitutes
Or the
out
Pahrumps.
there.
The
They took
Pahrump
us out to
sisters.
Pahrump, and they let us drive these Abarths out on the racetrack. It was a road course, small one. It was 2 tons of fun, because these are hopped up cars from the
Yeah.
factory. So you order the Abarth package from the Fiat dealer, and they either got them in stock or they'll order you one specifically. I assume that they still have these things. I don't really know. But whatever the case may be, I will tell you that we had a good time out there, and I actually still have a little box that the press kit came in. It's a little wooden box that says Abarth on it.
I'll be darned.
I got it in there on my
I was
desk.
with ATD at the time. They did a tire release for the new tires.
Did you go out to Pahrump?
No. This was here in Houston. They did it here in Houston at some hotel lobby or whatever. That was mainly what we did. We didn't go out to the Vegas thing. But yeah, I was with ATD at the time.
Yeah, there was a bunch of us, and we were just one flight of people out there. They fly us in, give us dinner, give us a little presentation, then they take us out to the racetrack the next day after the unveiling, if you will. And I had my picture taken with a girl that was on. She was in the commercials.
Oh.
No,
The
Mr.
one-
Dirty Mind
The
down
ones
there.
they hand out when you're walking down the street at.
Not that.
I forgot about
You know,
those.
you certainly do know an awful lot about this.
Well,
for
he's
not
been to
having.
I've been told a
You're
lot
such
of
a
things. in my
liar.
life.
He's
He's
been
a
to
liar.
Pahrump. He's a Parumpian. Is that what they call him?
Apparently so.
No, I applied to transfer out there several times.
He
but
flew
we didn't get-
direct from Neederville to Pahrump, Nevada, but he had other things on his mind. Is Becky listening to this program?
Hope not.
Let me call her on the
Martha
phone.
Pahrump.
Becky,
Becky Pahrump.
Becky, you need to tune in right now because Mars is giving it all up and telling all the dirty stories.
There you go.
Mars, sometimes. Anyway, so I'm sorry that we lost our connection.
Yeah, don't look like we're going to get him back.
Yeah, with Lincoln Small, author of Abarth, Radbourne Racing and Me, a memoir of iconic cars and racing adventures. That sounds like a fun book. Anyway, it's on Amazon.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon.
Yeah, so there you go. Check it
deal.
out. Abarth, Radbourne Racing and Me.
Somehow I'm not texting the international
And
phone
we
numbers right.
appreciate all our international guests. We really do.
We do.
They take their time out of their day.
I think is it an 8-hour difference?
Yeah, it was 5 o'clock his time when we started.
So there you go. Now he's going to go out and drink that pint that I bought him.
Yeah. Have a banger.
Bangers and mash.
Do they have that there, or is it a different?
No, I
different
think they have that there, but I can't remember what it is.
it's
Mashed potatoes, but what's the
and,
bangers?
Isn't it like bangers are like
Sausages?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I can't even imagine what they put in those things, but
Kielbasa, sausages, whatever you want to call them.
yeah. All right. Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture, 5 biggest car collections in the world, and what we've all been waiting for months. Mars review of the 2025 Volvo EX40, and there's a story behind it all, and he's going to tell it all before the review. The In Real Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
All right, In Wheel Time is back home in the Sugar Shack studios this week. And
Okay.
I'm sorry? What did he say?
This is a technical discussion, if you don't mind.
Who are you technically with?
Him.
Sue's down there. She's being
Okay.
technical.
Well, I thought I interrupted something. Did you want me to start this segment all over again? Or did you forget?
Nah,
You
I think we can go from
we'll be
here.
all right.
All right. End Wheel Time is back home in the Sugar Shack studios, and we hope you'll join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live rendition about all things automotive. Thanks for being with us today. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. 5 biggest car collections in the world. Ready, set, go.
Well, there's more than 5, but these are my 5, and they're at the top of the list. So
All
here
right.
we go. If you're into classic or rare cars, you've probably heard of the massive car collections of folks like Jay Leno. But do you know the sheer scope of some of these collections? Well, here we go. This is Dmitry Lomacov, as historical treasures. That's what he calls this. Total value of this collection to be determined. They're still trying to put the pencil to it. With over 120 vintage and classic and motorcycles, Lomacov has spent 40 years amassing a collection to celebrate the rich history of the automobile. He's motivated by a deep desire to preserve these historical treasures to the best of his ability and pay tribute to the automotive heritage with his impressive collection. This rare collection is on display in the Museum of Old-Timer Cars and Motorcycles in Moscow. The notables include a 1930s bike called Red October and a Leningrad 8. A lot of these are Soviet-era military vehicles.
Well, that's what I want to go see.
Yep, there you go. But
Not.
they're also pretty rare. Okay, Michael, the next one, and it's someone that we all know, Ken Lingenfelter's performance-driven
Oh, yeah.
collection, total value, again, to be determined. Oh, sorry, Mike. That blurred out. Sorry, buddy. It's a testament for his love and performance of the Speed. Housing over 200 vehicles in a 40,000 square foot building, Lingenfelter's collection is one of the biggest car collections in the U.S. Particularly fascinated by the General Motors vehicles, his first car being a 69 396 375 Camaro. He kept his passion alive by adding a daily driver of a ZR1 Corvette. One of his most cherished possessions, Don, is a pristine, all-original 1980 Chevrolet, a Chevette with less than 10,000 miles on the odometer. The next one we have, Mike, we probably messed it up, but it's Gary Duncan's private collection with a total value of $10 million.
Is that it?
Gary's private collection stands out as a focus of Japanese cars. His passion is driven by a love of unique and rare vehicles that never made it to the American market. His collections include 100 Nissan Fuegos, as well as other exceptional models like the Toyota Century and the Nissan President. Duncan has over 4,000 vehicles in his collection, including a Japanese fire truck. There you go. I think he's got a couple of Aston Martins in there, too.
I want to go back to the Lingenfelter collection
Yep, go
because
for
I had a chance. Did you ever go out there? Did you ever see his
I've been
collection?
by it,
So
yeah.
you know his cousin John, who was killed in a car crash. He started Lingenfelter,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ken, after his death, took it over, and has done quite well with the company.
Amazing.
Nice guy. Sat down with him in his office, very small office there at the facility
Mm-hmm.
in Wixom. In Wixom, Michigan.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in a neighborhood, to be honest with you. And he just finished doing this. He had a Pontiac Solstice. Remember those things?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, little
Fiero?
two-seater.
Yeah, a little two-seater. He put an LS1 motor in it, but it was all hopped up, probably 1,000 horsepower. He said, yeah, I took my daughter to school, and the problem was that I couldn't even let off the brake because it would burn rubber all the time. And he said it really wasn't
problem to
practical. It wasn't. Yeah, well, the school called him and said, you cannot burn rubber here. I won't bring the car again. So that was one of the stories. But a beautiful collection. One of the things that he also had in the collection was a Corvette. And it was a 54 Corvette.
Wow.
Okay? Looked completely stock. Except on the front of it, instead of the Corvette moniker, the script, it had supercharged. And there was Paxton Superchargers was trying to sell them the technology and the part to do a supercharger on the Blue Flame 6 because they knew that they were about to go to the V8 engine in 55 in the Corvette. And he had the only one that GM actually made, and the supercharger was on it. It was all completely stock. So one of the many things in his collection. It's truly amazing. And what he does is he offers General Motors, if they want to have any kind of group meeting or anything like that, some sort of evening event, he will arrange that part of the shop, if you will, and rearrange the cars so there's room for people
have
to
the event,
move
yeah.
around and have dinner and stuff
Yeah, kind of like
that.
the Hemi Hideout.
Yeah,
You
yes.
can be in there
Yeah,
around
yeah.
all the cars,
Yes,
and
all that.
that's
Cool.
pretty cool.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's all right. The next one we've got is Sheikh Hamad bin Hamadan, the off-road kingdom total valuation, Michael, $2.3 billion.
Jeez.
The Sheikh, affectionately known as the Rainbow Sheikh, takes a different approach to his car collection, whereas some of the sultans in the area collect luxury vehicles and sports cars.
He's the
This
Sultan of
Sheikh-
SWAT.
Sultan of Rainbows. This Sheikh's passion lies in off-road vehicles. His unique vehicle collection is housed in a custom-built pyramid and is a dedicated museum in Dhabi, Abu Dhabi. This is Dhabi, making it a true automotive wonderland.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he in the Star Wars series? Dolby, whatever.
No, I think it was a Flintstone.
Little
Abu
short
Dhabi
guy.
Do, I think. Could have been a Flintstone. The Sheikh's diverse array of vehicles is open to the public. Proud displays of head turners like a massive Mercedes-Benz W16 monster truck. The collection also contains a Porsche 986, a rainbow Fiat 500, and the world's largest running Jeep, a 1950s Power Wagon.
That one right there is a Dodge.
Yeah, that's the Power Wagon there. The next one, Michael, the granddaddy of it all, is the Sultan of Brunei. Biggest car collection in the world of $5 billion. Rarest cars, a special edition Ferrari F50 Boldy. B-O-L-I, Bolidi. But it's an F50, we know that. When it comes to the world's largest private collection, the Sultan of Brunei reigns supreme. Over 7,000 vehicles, valued at approximately $5 billion. The Sultan's collection is nothing short of legendary. His car collection includes more than 600 Rolls Royces, 450 Ferraris, 20 Kosingens. What is that, Michael? Kosingens?
It's a very fast car.
Koenigsegg.
That guy, and 6 David Porsches. So moving on from that, he's got a lot of McLarens among the prestigious brands. However, what truly sets his collection apart are the rare custom-built vehicles like the Rolls-Royce Silver Spur 2, which is modified to be a wedding limousine. How about that? The Sultan's collection also contains more than a dozen Bentley Javas, concept cars from the 1994 Geneva show. So how about that?
Well, I was going to say, Mars, we've been looking forward to this review so much that we're going to postpone it.
For the next half hour.
Yeah, we're going to put it to the
kinda
next
went
half
over.
hour because I kind of
That's all right.
gabbed myself
That's
to death.
That's
what we
okay.
do here. We gab.
We do that.
I can save it till next week if we need to.
No, I know that you want to, but you're not going
Well,
to.
I need to get it done.
You need to get
I know
off your
you
plate.
do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it after Michael Wooding brings us up to speed on the classic car market.
Okay.
Evaluations and valuations and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Interesting stuff there.
All right. Yes, I know. So I
We're
guess-
close.
Huh?
We're close to. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
No, you don't. You don't want to know
That's
what
true,
I'm
I
thinking.
don't.
You really don't want to know what I'm
I'm
thinking.
gonna go need to shower after it.
Yeah, probably. I'm really disappointed that we lost connection with our
Yeah.
British
I
Well,
friends.
he
know.
tried to call back just a few minutes ago while we were into that, and
Yeah, we had to move on.
but he was on the phone though, and on my cell phone, not on where we could put him into it.
Yeah.
Call and collect.
I
Again,
don't know. Maybe that's why I
Europe.
didn't answer it.
well, you're the man that set up all the phone system.
Please deposit another 10
and
cents.
so if you have a problem with any of your phones, blame it on Mars
Only
Because
only the internet stuff.
because you used to work for AT&T, did you not? Or did you work for Southwestern Bell?
I started with Southwestern Bell and went to AT&T.
How did that work out for you?
Well, it worked out well. I mean, I worked 40 years, so made me a nice living.
there you go.
Yeah, it was good. Till the Yankees took over, and then I had to leave.
Oh,
The who took over?
he's blaming it on the
New
Yankees.
Jersey. The people from New Jersey.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that all worked out, but I guess that they bought the
It worked
company.
out well.
Did it?
Yeah, it worked out well for me.
Good.
I'm here.
Were you living in San Antonio when all that happened?
No, I was back here. I was back in Beaumont by that time. Yeah, we were only in
So
San Antonio about
did you
6 years.
put the phone system in the Ramada Inn in Beaumont?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. Just checking.
No, sir.
Boy, did you have a
Why you
problem
say
with-
that with a smile on your face like you're proud?
Because I am proud.
Did you have-
I didn't have to get shots or nothing because I didn't go there.
Well,
Did you have a problem with phone service while you were there? Or?
No. Other things?
My dad put in the air conditioning system there.
Oh.
It was engine-driven refrigeration. 2 Waukesha engines in a room in the back of
One
the
single
hotel.
belt on the
Oh, yeah,
motor.
yeah, yeah.
No, it was big. Yeah.
Well, nowadays, if you go there, they give you shots going in and shots coming out.
I see. Well, this was not that. It wasn't even open when we went when he drug us over there while he was trying to
It must
fix
have been
the system.
when the early 60s?
Yeah.
Early mid-60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still a nice hotel then.
Yeah, it was brand new, and it sat out in the prairie. They hadn't even got the freeway in.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Still brand new.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. In Will Time Car Talk continues after these messages.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Will Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Will Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
It's the award-winning In Will Time Car Talk Show. Sorry. What is he doing over there?
He's getting a hold of our next
Oh
guest.
my God! I
All
guess
right, let's move on.
All right. It's the award-winning In Will Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we hope we're going to connect with our friend Michael Wooding. And Jeff's going to have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. And we're also going to put his feet to the fire, and Mr. Mars is actually going to do, come hell or high water, he is going to do the Volvo that he has been promising us for months. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin and Chief Engineer David Ainsley, who's vacationing this week in the UP of Michigan. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. Okay, Mr. Mars.
We're going to do it first?
We're doing Michael Wooding.
I haven't got him yet. He's on his way, he said.
Oh, God. Okay, so then you're going to do your car review.
Let's do the car review. Now, we're talking about the 2025 Volvo EX40 twin motor Ultra all-wheel drive. Now, this vehicle, the final assembly point, is in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, Belgium, which kind of surprised me. And the reality of it is, this is new for 2025, but it's all based on the last year's XC40. So they took the XC40, they kind of rebuilt it and turned it into the EX40. Now, it's got parts, well, we're not even going into that. So it's got available trim levels. There's actually 3 trims, but you could kind of look at it at 6 because there's the Core, the Plus, and the Ultra, but each one can have a single motor or a twin motor. So you can actually get 6 different variants of this vehicle. Seats 5 people. It's got a new battery, so it charges a little faster. And I read something on Edmunds that it actually charges 10% faster. So it's a few minutes. It was kind of weird to me that they would even talk about it being that. But anyway.
Would you like to start this car review over?
No, I'm trying to stick to the facts and not what I'm thinking. So it's got a lot of things on the outside of it. It's got pixel headlight technology, which, if you're not familiar with that, they actually have little cameras in the headlights that reads what the lighting is on the outside, cars coming at you and things like that, and it adjusts the brightness of your headlights accordingly.
Yeah.
Get where there's no headlights or anything out there, it gets brighter.
Yeah, mine does that.
Does it? Well, is it called pixel technology? That's the first I'd heard of it. But anyway,
Headlights, that's what we call them.
it's got the LED fog lights, got the power side mirrors, got a power sunroof, power lift gate, rolls on the optional, well, they're actually standard on the ultra trim level, the 20-inch alloy wheels. Now, get into the interior of this thing. It's got the floor tunnel. Most EVs don't have a floor tunnel on them because it's still based on that XC40 from the previous year. So it's still got the tunnel in it. So it kind of takes up some of the feeding foot area room that you would expect to have in an EV. It's got a 12.3-inch digital driver display. Got a nice 9-inch touchscreen center stack, which is very important, and we'll get to that in a moment. Got suede Microtech interior. First row is seated. They're heated and they're cool. The second row is heated. It is only a 2-row vehicle, which is a very good thing in this size of vehicle. We've got the surround view camera. It's got connections with Google and Apple and all these other things. And it has a digital owner's manual I thought was rather interesting. Forget looking anything else up. Got the folding second row seat. Got a Harman Kardon premium audio system with 13 speakers, 600-watt subwoofer that is air vented, which is rather unusual. But switching back up to that 9-inch screen, that center stack, it's very important, and I'm surprised it's only that 9 inches, and I think it could be a little bit bigger to help out because everything is there. Hold that right there, Jeff.
Everybody wants it bigger.
Well, I know, but there's across the bottom. It's minimal buttons, but everything is in that touch screen. So, for example, you get into it like a lot of EVs. You put your foot on the brake, put it in gear, it starts, and off you go. Great, love it. That's fine. But now you want to stop. You pull in your driveway and you want to get out. Now you can put it in there, and you can sit there and say get out. Well, it's going to still be running. Or you can go over to the touch screen, and you hit home. And you go to the control panel, and you go into the control panel. So that's 2 touches. Then you got to scroll to the bottom because it's not all on the same screen. And you touch it again the 3rd time and says, I want to turn this vehicle off. Great. You could get out of your car, but when you do, it's still on. And it's very distressing whenever you get out. And the radio is still playing as you walk away. So what you have to do, once you push the again, it says, I want to turn this vehicle off, it's going to come up and ask you, are you sure you want to turn this vehicle off?
Wow.
And you have to tell it yes.
Wow.
So you got to touch 4 times to be able to turn the vehicle off before you get out of it. I find that silly.
Yeah, very.
Whenever everybody else, you could push it 1 time and say, stop, I stopped.
Well, the new GM EVs, you don't have to do any of that. You get in with the key in your pocket, put your foot on the brake, and it starts.
I will say the other thing. The Volvo is known for their safety. They have this reputation for being a safe vehicle, and perhaps that's why they did it. Just like sometimes you jump in the car, you put it in gear, and you're gone, and you want to call somebody, but you didn't pair your phone. So normally you got to wait until you're stopped. Mm-hmm. Not in this car. 60 miles an hour is when I did it. I'm sure you could probably do it a little faster, but you can pair your phone going down the highway at 60 miles an hour. Not that it's distracting or anything while you're driving, but you can do that in this Volvo. So you can do all these good things to kind of make your life a little bit better. So again, twin electric motors on this vehicle that we had, 402 horsepower equivalent. Transmission is a direct drive. Basically, it's 1 speed. Will be rated for towing 2,000 pounds. Gross weight on this vehicle is 5,840 pounds, amazingly.
Wow.
Now, the MPG, it says it's rated for 103 in the city, 85 on the highway, combined 94. I still haven't figured out how to convert all that stuff, so I did it a different way. I drove this vehicle 270 miles. I had to charge it twice. Total cost was $33.59 to go 270 miles. Now, I took that same $33.59 and figured gasoline at $2.60 in my truck that gets 18 miles to the gallon, if not better. And I could go 232 miles versus the 270 that I went in the EV without spending 2 hours sitting at the Subaru dealer at 6 o'clock in the morning before he opens charging it. It's pretty easy to get into, and again, you can get in it and go as you need to. Turning it off is not so much. It rides and drives. It's heavy enough that it's absolutely going to ride and drive better. There's no engine noise. Got a little bit of road noise on it, but I mean, it's not anything that's not unacceptable. Turn that Harman Kardon stereo up, and you override that. As to the cost of it, now the base trim price on this vehicle would be $53,795. Now the base model price is $62,045, and we had the base Ultra, I guess you would call it. The $62,045 was the MSRP as tested. Mercedes-Benz equivalent is an EQB, which used to be a GLB, for $53,050. Audi Q e-tron for $49,800, and the Genesis GV60 at $52,350. So it's in the same price as all these other guys, but again, you need to kind of be prepared to deal with the controls and the infotainment system that I think is a little too much needy.
Too much involvement.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Absolutely too much involvement. But otherwise, if you're looking for something like that, you might look at it. Otherwise, it's a nice looking car.
Well, I've got him turned on over here. His name is Michael Wooding, and that would be the Auto Appraisal Network man.
Thank you for that, Mike.
Got to get him to unmute.
Unmute.
Yeah.
Ta-da! There he is.
Hear me now.
Well, kinda. You need to move closer to the dang microphone.
Okay, I can do that.
Golly.
You asked for it.
Yeah, I guess so. That's just fine. How are you?
Well, in and out, man. You know, I'm fighting medical issues as we go, but right now I'm in pretty good shape.
Well, good. You look fabulous, and I needed to know a couple of things. One is, are you still trying to sell the '56 station wagon?
Yes, I am, and I'm not expecting it to sell anytime soon.
Because it's overpriced.
Well, is it overpriced?
Well, I don't know. That you're the expert in that.
I don't believe it is. I think it's an absolute bargain is what I'm asking. But the market right now is just really confused. It's just like the housing markets, fluctuating here and there, going down and up, you know. Interest rates are not getting lowered, and that's making people hold on to their money. So they're not buying houses, and they're not buying toy cars. So you see, if you go to the auction, you can see a lot of these really nice cars selling for cheap. If you've got money in your pocket and you want to let it go, now's the time to buy.
Yeah. Well,
you can get a lot of cars for a little bit of money.
well, you know, it's funny. We do this thing called the Hemming Sold Car Roundup. I'm sure you're familiar with the thing online, and it tells what the car ultimately sold for. And man, I'm telling you, there's some really nice cars out there that are selling in just one of them today, really nice car, $8,000.
Yeah.
The Bonneville?
Yep.
The Bonneville, great big huge car, $8,000. So. Yeah, I get that.
And that's a $25,000 car.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
In drivable shape, in really nice shape, and go up to 40 and 50.
Yeah. Have you been doing a lot of appraisals lately?
They have slowed along with everything else. I did just a couple here in the last day. People die off. People are still dying. They're leaving cars that I have to go do estate values on. I've got one legal battle thing coming up where a shop screwed a guy. So I might get some expert witness testimony to work out of that. And that pays pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I've got to go Monday. I just did a Black 58 Corvette. It wasn't quite finished. He's building it himself in the garage. But it's going to be a high-end build when it's done. But he's got enough money in it that he wanted to insure it now,
Right.
If something happened to it.
Yeah.
So he went in and got an appraisal of what is the value as it sits now.
Gotcha. Yeah, and those are some of those things that you've pointed out to us in the past, that if you want to insure a car, you've got it in the garage, you've got it in pieces, but it's still worth money. You get it insured for it's still in pieces in the garage.
Absolutely.
But as you progress with your restoration, then you need to have it reappraised for what it's worth at that time. How often do you do that? If a guy's working on his car, say 40 hours a month, would you have to really consider every month as an appraisal?
Hagerty has a program now where you can take out insurance based on an initial appraisal, and every 180 days they raise it by specified amount.
Assuming you're making some progress and increasing the value.
Sometimes you're not going to make progress. You know, something can happen that you stall on. Well, then you can stop that right then and there at that number.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you don't.
It's a really good program.
You don't have to have somebody like you come out and look at it again every 180 days.
No, they can take the original appraisal and say, well, it's fallen, but it's not going to fall any further than this.
Okay.
Have you had any business when it comes to the valuation of a car? As you know, you drive it off the lot and then you wreck the car. The price difference between what it's worth and what you paid for it is big.
The diminished value is usually about 50% of my business, believe it or not.
50%.
Yep.
And you got gap
do
insurance.
Several of them a month.
And so a gap insurance is the way to get around that?
Yes, but who does that? Very few people. Maybe on some certain high-end cars they'll do that, but your average Joe's not going to do that. And he's still got a 2022 with, 50,000 miles on it that has value, but that value has been lessened because of that accident.
Right.
So it's still, there's money to be made. Now, I tell people, people call in, well, I've got a 2022 Camry, and they had to replace the back bumper. I said, well, what was the total value? $1,500. Well, I said, you can ask for diminished value, but you ain't going to make enough out of it to pay me to. But you just do that yourself.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of damage, that's where I come into play. Because I charge a flat fee of $450, but I produce a pretty comprehensive report that can be used in court if need be. So
Okay.
a lot of these appraisals that you get, are just a two-page thing that say this, and this about the appraiser and the company, and then one page about what your problem is with the car and how much that value is. They don't show the breakdown of the calculations like we do. We break it all out. We show the market values of other cars that are in the same area, what they're selling for that have not been damaged versus damaged cars. Do those calculations based on the repair bill and produce the report.
So it's like comps in.
It's extremely comprehensive.
Yeah, so it's like comps in a housing market. This is
Yeah.
comparables, and so I can see your point because you got to take into fact I've got a deductible on my car, plus I need you to go out there and do that. So, I got to make sure that, or at least have an idea that there's going to be enough money there to at least cover the expenses.
Right, to cover the cost of the appraisal and still put money in the customer's pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, man, we're running short on time. Let's talk about your car show. You still got that going on?
It is going on, and it's going to be a little bit different this year. I'm a member of the Pontiac Club, as you know.
Yep.
I'm wearing a Toyota shirt because my wife works for Toyota. But I've got two Pontiacs now, and so I contracted the Pontiac Club because of my medical conditions going in and out. I felt that it would be good to have somebody take over a big part of it. So they're going to do all the parking, all the judging, do the trophy giveaway. So I'll be more of just a figurehead at the show. Got a golf cart and ride around and just, get to meet people and talk where I haven't had that time before.
Well, and that's always good because you've got such a great personality and everybody loves you, and including us. And we wish you the best of luck with your health. And when is the car show this year?
It is September 27th, 9 to 2.
Yeah, and the Pontiac Club ought to be really good at it because they do their own show down in
That big show
Galveston.
in Galveston.
That's
Yeah.
really nice on the pier.
I'm thinking with the people that are pretty loyal to me and the show already, plus people that come from the Pontiac group, ought to make for a pretty big show.
Yep, exactly. Michael Wooding, it's always good to see you and to talk to you, my friend. Best of luck with your health issues. Auto Appraisal Network, and that's the way to get a hold of you.
281-636-6879.
That's the hotline to happiness, buddy. Hey, good to see you, man. You take care of yourself.
Thank you, Michael.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Coming up, Jeff is going to have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Stay with us on the award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show. We continue right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Real Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Real Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Real Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InRealTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Hey, be sure and join us for our live show. It airs Saturdays, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InRealTime.com. Thanks for joining us today. Time now for Jeff's Cruise In and Events calendars.
You betcha. July Cars and Coffee in Missouri City. This is for next Saturday, July 26th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Obviously, it's during our show, but you can tune us in as well. It's the Summer Moon Coffee in Siena. The Houston BMW CCA is hosting Cars and Coffee in Missouri City. It takes place at the Summer Moon Coffee location at 9402 Highway 6 in Missouri City. Bring your BMW and enjoy and meet up with the other folks that do that and get a cup of wood-fired coffee. It sounds very interesting. It'd be good to try. The next one we have is also next Saturday on the 26th is Fun Buns 4th Saturday Cruise-In, Don. So if you got some fun buns, take them out
I'm going to
there.
be bringing my buns.
There you go.
Your fun buns.
Just make sure you're not wearing those chaps. This is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's Fun Buns at 15,000 Texas 46 in Spring Branch, Texas. They welcome all automotive enthusiasts, food lovers, enjoy a showcase of cars, trucks, and hot rods, reoccurring every month at that time. So indulge in the food and all the other offerings. Whether you're an admirer of automobiles or simply just looking for the cool atmosphere, go on out there and enjoy that. Then on Sunday, you got Brazoria County Cars and Coffee. That is the 27th from 9 a.m. to 11. It's at 221 Parkway Street in Lake Jackson, Texas. I know exactly where that's at. The Brazoria County Cars and Coffee event is set to take place downtown Lake Jackson. Attendees are invited to join the gathering about 9 a.m. And then we got one long distance in October. We got a Corvette show coming up in NRG in October, but that's details to follow coming up. So there you go.
Corvette show?
Corvette show at NRG. Yeah, it's the Corvette.
He's teasing. That's what he did.
CCA Corvette or something like that. Yeah, I'll find out more information. I just had a little blurb during the week, and I figured I'd write it down. Yep, Corvette show at NRG, October 18th.
Well, good luck on that.
All right.
We used to have it was the Corvette Expo here. And then it became the Corvette and Chevy Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is.
You know what?
Well,
I've got it on my phone.
I think they're still down. No, they're still down in Galveston. I think they're going back to Galveston again this year.
Well, you're doing the headlines. I'll look it up.
Okay. Well, this is for you, Mr. Barr, since you got to review the Volvo.
Yeehaw!
Volvo Cars will trim its U.S. product offerings to focus on domestically built, gasoline-powered crossovers as tariffs and loss of federal electric vehicle tax credits hurt the Swedish automaker's ability to sell its largely imported lineup profitably. The S90 large sedan, assembled in China, and the V60 wagon from Europe will no longer be offered in the United States starting in the 2026 model year, according to a Volvo spokesperson. April, Volvo reported that they would cancel orders of the S90 next year. Volvo sold 1,364 S90s. Okay. There you go.
Yep.
Well, I was
Maybe you
sitting
can
here
drive
thinking,
yours to the port of Houston and have it shipped back.
Take it to Ford. They'll recall it.
yeah.
Didn't Ford own Volvo at one time?
I think at one time
I
they
think
did.
at one time they did.
Then Tata Motors bought Volvo.
Oh, yeah.
I love Tata Motor Company.
Yeah.
I know you do. A lot. Automakers face no fines for failures to meet fuel efficiency rules dating back to the 2022 model year under a law signed by President Trump this month. The tax and budget bill approved by Trump ends penalties for not meeting CAFE or corporate average fuel economy rules under a 1975 energy law. Bring back the horsepower, baby.
There you go.
NHTSA said in a letter to automakers seen by Reuters it is working on its reconsideration of fuel economy rules. The decision is one of a number made by Washington to make it easier for automakers to build gasoline-powered vehicles and to make electric vehicle sales more costly. Last year, Chrysler parent Stellantis paid $190.7 million in civil penalties for failing to meet fuel economy requirements for 19 and 20. After paying nearly $400 million for penalties from 16 through model years 19, GM previously paid $128.2 million for penalties for 2016 and 17. And Rivian has updated the flagship R1T pickup and the R1S SUV for 2026 with 4 in-house built electric motors. That's different. The R1T and the R1S pack 1,025 horsepower, supporting 0 to 60 times of 2.5 seconds and 2.6 seconds, respectively. Top trim levels come with an extended battery pack, allowing for 374 miles of range, 400 in conserve mode. Both vehicles have also 1,198 pound-feet of torque. It's a monster. But it sounds terrible. The 26 models have North American charging standard ports compatible with Tesla stations. Pickups will start at $117,885. The crossover at $125 and $990. Both include shipping. Well, at least you get something out of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with all those fine folks.
Hey, I want to back up. Can we back up real quick to the Corvette show?
Hurry.
It is in the Woodlands. It's not at NRG, and it is the Corvette show, SamHoustonCorvetteClub.com by Keating Chevrolet. So that'll be in October.
Okay. Very good. We'll look that up.
Yep.
I guess Keating has got
It's
the
a Sunday
website on it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for that. All right. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're going to finish up today's show after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fun automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, a road trip destination you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. Hey, when you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. When you're on the road this summer, grab a podcast from your favorite podcast provider, including the Sirius XM podcast channel and Odyssey Radio app. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time Video Technical Director, as we always need, more Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, people finder, and do-all, Mike Out of This World Mars, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Drive safe out there. Stay cool. Enjoy the summer. From all of us at the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll see you next week.